Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte have in fact engaged in a bit of a war of words with each other. And it's quite an interesting read, and we'll get straight into it. So it all started with Dillian Whyte. He said, "Embarrassing bunch of cowards. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Let's go chumps. #clowns." And Tyson Fury has responded to this one. Now, this is what Tyson Fury had to say to Dillian Whyte. "Cowards, it could have been you, but someone didn't want to fight the final eliminator versus Ortiz, did you, coward? So that's why you're not fighting Wilder. Also, let's face facts here. You struggled with Derek Chisora, and you should have lost that by at least 4 rounds. Then Joseph Parker nearly knocked you out in round 12. You ran away from Dave Allen all night. What have you ever achieved? Oh, I remember, you got sparked by Anthony Joshua for the British title, didn't you? The facts are, you're just a dosser for Eddie Hearn, hoping you might get something from the leftovers of Anthony Joshua's plate. And remember who you're talking to, the Gypsy King, the man who's done everything that you could only dream of. #, I know you're a shithouse dosser. Enjoy being a workman for Eddie." So that is Tyson Fury's response to Dillian Whyte, and Dillian has in fact responded to that one himself, where he says, "Unlike you, I'll fight anyone. Tyson Fury, you refuse to fight me as I knocked you down so many times in sparring, and if you pull out in November with yet another fake injury, I'm more than happy to take your place and smash up that other coward, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder." So that is Dillian Whyte's response. So interesting stuff. I like a little bit of beef, no doubt. So let's break down Tyson Fury's response first and foremost. So the one with Dave Allen, where he says he ran away. Well, not really, because just before that fight, a lot of people were saying Dillian Whyte is just a power puncher, body shots, headshots, knockout. So Dillian said, right, okay, against Dave Allen, I'm actually going to box, and I'm going to show you that I can box. So he deliberately didn't knock out Dave Allen. I'm not going to say that he could knock out Dave Allen, because Dave Allen is a rock and real solid, no doubt. But that was the reason why he went the distance with Dave Allen, because he wanted to. So there was that one. And Derek Chisora, come on, Tyson, man. You know, I'm a big fan of Tyson, equally as much as I am Joshua. I am more of a fanboy with Dillian Whyte, for those who don't know. But to say that Derek Chisora beat Dillian Whyte by 4 rounds, you've got to be smoking some kind of crack. Hell no. It was the right decision. And if Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora were to get it on now, Dillian Whyte would knock him out within 3 or 4 rounds. I can guarantee it. But also, during that fight, that was Dillian Whyte's, 4th or 5th fight within a 6-month period. So he was fatigued going into that fight. What other ones did he say? So, oh yeah, Luis Ortiz. Of course, that's the one that he first started. So, Tyson, listen, man, you keep getting a few things wrong. Now, he says final eliminator versus Ortiz. It was not the final eliminator. It was not. Mauricio Sulaiman said it is not. Eddie Hearn said it is not. Okay, it's for the secondary mandatory. So just to clear that bit up for everybody who seems to think that him fighting Luis Ortiz and beating Luis Ortiz would mean that he's going to fight Wilder next. No, this was for the secondary mandatory. The official mandatory by the WBC, I think it's complete gash, but Dominic Breazeale is the official mandatory, no matter the fact that Dillian Whyte is number 1 and the WBC silver champion and been number 1 for quite some time. But had he fought Luis Ortiz and beaten him, he would not get a crack at Deontay Wilder or whoever the WBC champion is at that time, because let's be honest, the walls are closing in. Wilder's going to lose real soon. So Dillian Whyte, by beating Luis Ortiz, would not fight the WBC champion until 1 year after Dominic Breazeale does. Look at it right now. Wilder is fighting Tyson Fury next. Yes? So therefore, after then, Wilder's got to fight Dominic Breazeale. And then he won't have to fight Dillian Whyte for 1 year after that. So you're talking 3 fights down the line at a minimum. So come on, Tyson. Be serious, or at least get with it. At least understand that this was a secondary mandatory. It was not the mandatory. It's not the final eliminator. The final eliminator should be between Whyte and Breazeale, to be fair. So by him fighting Luis Ortiz instead of Joseph Parker, guess what? Wilder versus Tyson Fury would still be happening. And then after then, he would still have to fight Dominic Brazil. And then 1 year later, he will then be forced to fight Dillian Whyte, because he's not going to give Dillian Whyte a voluntary, is he? He really isn't. He's scared of Dillian Whyte, and that's the truth of it. This is Deontay Wilder I'm talking about. So let's move on to Dillian Whyte's bet. And hopefully everybody understood that final eliminator between Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz that WBC ordered was secondary mandatory. Not final eliminator like Tyson Fury saying, okay? So anyway, with Dillian Whyte, he says that he dropped him in sparring on multiple occasions. So interesting. I knew that him and Tyson Fury had some sparring together, but I didn't know that he dropped him or knocked him down so many times. I didn't know that. And this may well explain why Tyson Fury doesn't want Dillian Whyte. Because Eddie Hearn's original offer was a tune-up comeback, then a Tony Bellew or Dillian Whyte, and then fight Dillian Whyte or Tony Bellew after that one. So like 3 fights down the line, and the 4th fight, Anthony Joshua, potentially the 3rd fight. But of course, these guys are much stiffer competition than Seferi and Francisco Pianeta, who got knocked out by Kevin Johnson, the guy who Daniel Dubois is in fact fighting next. So these guys will be far more stiffer competition, but Tyson Fury didn't want to do that because he didn't feel that he was ready. He needed a few fights. Even Frank Warren said this. Okay, so this is why. But I mean, either way, I mean, for me, Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte at this stage is too early for Tyson Fury. For me, I think that Dillian Whyte beats Tyson Fury and beats him comfortably right now. In 6 months to a year's time, if Tyson Fury can carry on moving up the rankings a little bit, then maybe a different story. But ultimately, to be honest, I'd love to see it, but I don't think we're going to, because I think that the Tyson Fury's got 1 fight left, and that would be against Deontay Wilder, and he'll lose that one, unfortunately, and I don't want that to happen. As I said, I'm an equal fan of Tyson Fury, as I am with Anthony Joshua. But anyway, so Deontay Wilder's going to be taking on Tyson Fury next, November, Vegas, no date or venue confirmed yet, but yeah, they're still signed, Deontay Wilder. But, yeah. So, listen, Deontay Wilder is taking on Tyson Fury now. Why? Because he sees him as easy work. That's why Tony Bellew's been calling him out. Shannon Briggs and many others want Tyson Fury now because it's easy work right now, as far as their thinking goes. And they should know because they are fighters. Okay, so, but in addition to that, Deontay Wilder is taking on the number 5 rated British Boxing Board of Control fighter in the UK, a heavyweight. Tyson Fury is ranked number 5. Number 1, Joshua. Number 2 is Dillian Whyte, and I believe number 3 is Hughie Fury. So even Hughie Fury is ranked above Tyson Fury right now. So that's the kind of level that Deontay Wilder is fighting right now. But hey, listen, I would love to be wrong, and I would hope and pray that Tyson Fury takes that belt from Wilder, and I mean it. I really, really hope that he does. But as far as Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury is concerned, are these guys going to fight? Probably not. To be honest, unlikely. It really is unlikely. As I said, I think that the train stopped at Deontay Wilder, and that's unfortunate. I don't want that to happen. But Dillian has been calling out Tyson Fury as well. Tyson Fury said no, he didn't want to. Deontay Wilder said no, I don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. I'm scared, I'm petrified. Well, he didn't exactly say that, but you know, he turned down $8 million for a so-called easy fight. We'll fight Luis Ortiz for $2.1 million. But then people say, well, but this was about legacy, fighting Luis Ortiz. Really? So $15 million to fight Joshua is not about legacy, no, for Undisputed? Complete clowns. But for me, I don't think that Tyson Fury is afraid. I really don't. I don't think he's ready to risk it against Dillian Whyte. For me, I think Tyson Fury, while he is going to go there to try and beat Deontay Wilder, but he would rather lose to Wilder than lose to Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua. That's just my honest opinion on this whole situation. I think that he wants to, if he was to go there and lose, to have people say, oh, well, never mind, you tried. You're a hero. You know, you tried. You were willing to go to America, but people are not thinking that. And that's the unfortunate truth of it. People are not thinking that. People are going to say, you complete idiot, we told you weren't ready, but you did it anyway. I hope you enjoy your payday and your retirement. Because for me, I think when Tyson Fury loses, he'll retire. I honestly believe that. But anyway, time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. So, Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury, go at it. You drop your thoughts below as to their comments to each other. Click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the very next video.